Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and we are live with Steph the Alter Nerd in studio. Oh my gosh, this is so epic. Yes. Hey, everybody, we're here.
Hi.
So happy to have you here as we break down today's news live. We got so much to go through, but we got this main story that Steph was researching and finding out. Let's get to this. You guys remember Michele Dauber, right? Michele Dauber, Stanford University professor, aka Amber supporter, who's like literally always out there supporting Miss Heard all the time. She's one of those supporters that's just really frustrating. And then you realize you're a Stanford University professor. And there had been several people coming forward, sort of expressing their frustration, students, et cetera, dealing with her, and just sort of the hypocrisy and craziness that she's out there just calling people out, especially Johnny during that trial. Well, Steph organized some interesting stuff here. So, Steph, let's break it down. So here's Michele Dauber, professor with tenure at Stanford University, full bougie.
Full bougie indeed.
Bougie. But so here she was, right? She was explaining about this judge or whatever that mistreated the clerks. She said in a television interview that Reinhardt did SH her. She did not SH her, but that she experienced belittling, bullying, and sexist behavior from him when she clerked for him more than 2 decades ago.
So Reinhardt is a federal appeals court judge. Back in 2020, more than like 60, 70 former clerks had come out expressing support for a woman who turned around and said that this judge had SH'd her, one of which was Michele Dauber, who had apparently worked for him in some shape or form over 20 years ago, saying, look, he never SH'd me, but, he did belittle, he did bully me, and I did experience sexism from this judge. And I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, you freaking hypocrite, because what are you being investigated right now from your own bosses at Stanford University for your conduct on freaking Twitter?
Yes, she is. Petition with 11,000 signatures calling on Stanford to reprimand or terminate Professor Michele Dauber. Officially the university is looking into her for her comments made on Twitter that some people are calling harassing, sexist, and bullying. According to Stephen Chen, Stanford title coordinator, we do take allegations of SH seriously. I want to assure you we're taking appropriate steps in response to your message, Chen said. Chen and Stanford were asked to clarify what appropriate steps are happening. Neither has responded. Chen's December email response, Turkish who expressed concerns about Dauber's conduct. Discussion on YouTube can be found here. Formal complaint about Dauber was on January 1st, demanding an investigation against her for extreme gender partisanship and various acts of harassment. And so we got lots of examples to go. Is this where we should start?
Start from where I started sending.
All right, here we go. So we start here. We'll come back to that. Michele Dauber is clearly Johnny Depp's biggest fangirl, and it's thrown her into existential crisis, manifesting an unhealthy obsession. Me opening Twitter sees something about Anne Frank having white privilege. Me closing Twitter, possibly. Where's the lie? How it started, how it's going. So just comparing him to disgusting Steve Bannon.
Yeah, which is bullying, really, at the end of the day, because, it's you're comparing Johnny Depp physically to Steve Bannon. It's like you're saying, Johnny Depp was beautiful, now he's ugly. Like, that's a form of bullying. It's not nice.
Johnny, not today. Or he likes to call them future defendants. So here he is with someone. I thought it looked like his daughter for a second.
Yeah.
But it's someone else that I don't even know what's happening. Talking to her ear, I don't even know. But she's just remarking, bullying that's going to be someone else. I later thought this was his daughter, Big Prince. Yikes. I mean, it could have been. Well, I'm confused though, but I don't know what they're doing. Who's to say are they a couple? I don't even know. What is happening in this photo? Why are we calling this out and bullying him still? Only a narcissist could survive losing $500 billion of other people's money. Great little conversation on John Oliver dissing junkie debt. I stand with Amber. Jesus. How was this related? I don't even understand this one.
Firstly, she's retweeting someone calling Johnny Depp a narcissist. So again, being bullied there. And dissing junkie debt it's going back to that whole situation of, oh, Johnny Depp's a user, this, that, and the other, and he's in so much debt, this, that, and the other. Again, it's
I
bullying.
didn't catch that. That was so clever. I
Right?
even missed it. As in Johnny Depp, junkie debt. Ah, I see what they're doing there. Real.
Again, bullying, harassment. It's very, very nasty, nasty things that, let's keep this in perspective here. It's from a Stanford University employee that has tenure. Like, this is insane. And one of the greatest ironies out of all of this is that she's being investigated by a Title IX investigator. I won't go into too much detail because we'll be here all day, but Google the Dear Colleague letter. She wrote this letter and it paved the way for Title IX to be as it is now. So I am partly her creation is now acting potentially against her. You could not make this shiz up. It's so funny. It's untrue.
Well, yeah, and it's true. Like, you can, one's allowed to defend Amber, right? One's allowed to support her if they so choose. I think they're making the wrong choice, but they're allowed to. But you don't have to be so mean and harassing and jerks about it. Just because you have that stance doesn't mean you go junkie debt. That's just not funny at all, nice or supportive at all. So here's some more. Mrs. Michele Dauber, the Stanford professor that stand by Amber and said the most misogynistic things about Camille. I will die on the hill that people that support Amber are pissed off, narcissistic, and they're big mad because they can also be exposed now. Is this Stanford professor Michele Dauber threatening to frame a student for SV because he asked her a question?
Yeah.
I remember this one. Oh my God, I have to know. Please respond. Who are you? Were you supporting in regards to the January 6th committee hashtag? Is it Trump and Heard for you? You know, SV politics is a small world. I think you should probably rethink trolling me. That is my advice since you are a student. Yikes.
And she's very, very influential in terms of the whole Title IX process. That coming from Michele Dauber, you could legitimately have the thought of, yeah, she's threatening a student there, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever.
Yeah, that's a real
not
bad
good.
look.
It's not good, right?
As you're my student, so you better stop trolling.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can troll Johnny all day long, but you can't handle it when people troll back, and then you're gonna threaten them with failing them and SV. Jesus. It keeps going. Bot, what is this? Just her botting. You could have ignored my comment, but hit a nerve, correct? A tenured position, academic freedom, but bot. You know, they talk about you, don't you, bot?
This is belittling. This is belittling here because you're belittling a person in not treating them as a human being and just saying you're a bot. You're dehumanizing that person. You are belittling them. And again, let's go back right to the beginning when she accused that federal appeals court judge, Stephen Reinhardt, of being belittling, bullying, and sexist, right? And here we are now showing you clear examples of her being her worst nightmare, her monster. She is being this judge right now. This is absolutely insane. My only concern is, as this Stanford investigation rolls on under the Title IX directive, with her having such a hand in that, how impartial and fair is this investigation actually going to be? Only time will tell. But yeah, I mean, Andy, what are you thinking so far to all of this that we're looking at?
Yeah, it's problematic to say the least. I mean, she's always been out there causing this stuff. It's just ugly for someone who's supposed to be teaching our generation, right? And having those conversations. Like, I'm all for disagreements. Not everyone agrees. I get it. But the way she's been going about this is just ugly to me. It's really gross. And it keeps going, right?
Yep.
So here we go. Michelle is actually attempting to blame Johnny Depp in Law 2 for this. A couple of ill-advised, cherry-picked comments. She has never been licensed to practice law, and it's abundantly clear why. She can read a book, but can't think critically. How does this woman get paid to teach anybody is beyond me. These horrifying, victim-blaming comments about a teenage girl R'd by Bill Cosby who won a jury trial against him. This is open R culture. Is the world that Johnny Depp and his parasitic misogynist army made. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus, that got that got heavy.
Very quickly, yes.
That escalated quickly. That LawTube grifters and TikTok made. So it's all their fault. It's our fault, Steph. We did this.
Yep.
So we're responsible for all this disgusting stuff. Got it.
And again, calling us parasitic and misogynistic is, again, belittling, bullying. I would argue as well sexist by calling us misogynistic. I think is a form of a sexist slur, depending on the context, which I think qualifies here. At the end of the day, I know for one that I'm not parasitic. I know for one I'm definitely not misogynistic, because last time I checked, I don't have a dong between my legs. So, I mean, come on. How can I actually hate me actual self as a female? It doesn't make sense. But she's very one-sided. It's always men are the monsters, women are the angels, believe all women. Like, a whole stance is sexist in itself. It's insane how she doesn't look into the mirror and see the actual reality of what she's saying. And this is supposed to be a Stanford law professor that's got tenure. Like, Stanford need to really tighten their tenure rules of who to accept and who they don't. Because clearly, in my opinion, they made a mistake on this one. And this Camille Vasquez one that we're going to be getting onto is like the most insane one yet.
She called, criticized Johnny Depp's attorney, Camille Vasquez, a pick-me girl in offensive tweets about female lawyers who represent men accused of claiming they suck up to male power. I remember this. Do we have the tweets themselves in here?
Yes.
Do we scroll down? Sorry. They put so many images in here. Jesus. Here we go. Sorry, I passed it. Of all the women who suck up to male power, women lawyers are the absolute worst of the bunch. Desperate to prove they are real lawyers and understanding that being a woman undermines their identity as lawyers, they throw women under the bus as hard and as fast as they can. God, the generalization here is so dangerous. If your son was falsely accused of you, I bet you wouldn't be, I bet you would love for that woman to help vindicate him. If my son was accused of DV, he would have a lot more to worry about than some pick-me girl lawyer. But that isn't going to happen because I didn't raise a Jesus bleeped R word WB. In society that strips women of real power, some women have learned to seek male approval in the hopes they won't get R'd or A'd or humiliated. Sucking up to male power might feel good to you, but it won't work. You'll be next. Someone's projecting, I feel like, a lot.
This is extremely sexist, guys.
Of all the women who suck up, there it is again, under the bus as fast as they can. This is gross. Yeah. And then she goes through Bill Cosby's skirt, Cuomo's skirts. These are all the female lawyers representing people. Harvey Weinstein's skirt.
Yep.
Well, first of all, I'm just offended she's putting Johnny in with these other people like Weinstein. They're not the same at all. Like, that's not even close. Or Cosby, or even Cuomo's in its own whole beast in itself. And notice how she's forgetting how Cuomo's own lawyer, why didn't she talk about the Time's Up lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, who repped Amber, who was Amber's skirt, who literally threw victims under the bus for Cuomo. She won't touch upon that, which was legitimately proven. And no. Let's just talk about one of his lawyers is a girl, but not the one who is corrupt. What a freaking hypocrite.
But the thing is, it's like, look, at the end of the day, this is belittling, bullying, and sexist, because she's turning around and she's saying, oh, well, these female lawyers are only doing this to suck up to the power so that they can, be on the same level as the men, this, that, and the other. Well, hang on a minute. Doesn't their qualification, their knowledge, and their skill make them the same level as any male lawyer out there? They went through the same degree, the same education, the same kind of courses, right? To get to the level that they are equivalent to the men. But no. Even when a female legitimately becomes a lawyer, has the qualifications, the bar, everything. Oh, no. They're not really real female lawyers. No. They've got to suck up to power and kiss the backsides of the men, this, that, and the other, to be treated legitimately, with legitimacy and respect. Oh, she can go. Do you know, Michele Dauber can get a freaking cactus, lace it with chili oil, and shove it up her backside. It's again, a broken record, but it's insane. It's insane. And damn right she's now investigated by Stanford under Title IX. And I hope that Title IX bites her in the backside, because that's caused so many problems at Stanford University with students being falsely accused, this, that, and the other. It's caused self-unalivements. Like, look into it. It is
so
scary.
I have her here. So this was
Here we
another
go.
person, Katie. Thank you, Kim, for pulling this up for me as we're there. Katie Meyer, because I saw some of the comments bring this up, and I wanted to make sure we include this too. Now, speculation, we're going to get there, but family of soccer star Katie Meyer files wrongful death lawsuit against Stanford, after she unalived herself. Apparently, this was a wrongful death against Stanford and several administrators alleging that their actions surrounding a potential disciplinary action caused her to suffer acute stress reaction that impulsively led her to suicide. Now, this was connected. People out there have been speculating. It should be blamed on Michele Dauber. Stanford and the Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights under the Catherine Lamer has been sued for wrongful death. That soccer star, shortly after the suit was filed, Stanford law professor Michele Dauber, who has prided herself on ranting on social media, deleted her Twitter handle. Screenshots of Dauber's vile tweets over the years demonstrate the abhorrent standards of Stanford when it comes to Michele Dauber's tweets that could easily lead any student to commit suicide. The actions that led to the death even began and ended with Stanford University. Stanford and other universities, colleges, and stars have been using disciplinary procedures provided directly or indirectly from the U.S. Department. All signed to your colleague, Title 6 directive. The letter was drafted by Michele Dauber, who has regularly used social media to bully, smear students, professors, and others, including Johnny Depp and attorney Camille Vasquez. So anyway, you can look into these connections. There's a lot here. And yes, it's important that we point out she has now deleted her Twitter account, clearly as this investigation has finally taken some heat and really, I think, finally probably made her sweat for the first time in a long time. But here we go. One more sort of best of. Happy International Men's Day to the misogynists who bullied women and who accepting that they should be a day dedicated to the R's and WBs. Let me just say that it is fantastic when shitty men self-cancel. That is all. Carry on. Hold on, let me zoom over here. It's almost as if men are R's waiting for the chance to do it with impunity, such that is provided by war.
Scary, that one.
I don't limit replies when I tweet I stand with Amber Heard because I want the world to see that incels, right-wing misogynists, and future Isla Vista rule shooters who support derp. Let the world see what happens to women who speak against powerful men. I'm not afraid of you trash. The only trash is you, ma'am. Random and irrelevant white man. Only one name matters. Hillary Clinton. Jesus.
Wow.
Sophia, I guess, is it Sophia's? CNN Politics, keep the names and candidates up. It'll help everyone. I don't even understand. Yeah, because Hillary can do no wrong, Steph.
Oh, totally.
Hillary's
no
not corrupt at all. Like, we don't like talking politics here, but I don't like any of them. I've called out Trump plenty, but if you can't call out Trump without also calling out Hillary, so get a clue. Anyone I have tenure and money, anywho, I have tenure and money, and you are garbage troll. So how does it feel to be a weak, useless man? Enjoy mom's basement. Man, she's confident. I love how men are called brash when they are sociopaths. Is the answer stop selling tickets to men? How can essays at festivals be stopped? So all men, no longer, none of you can go to concerts.
Essentially, if you have a dong between your legs,
you're an R.
According to Michele Dauber, my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, you're an R, you're a monster, you are a potential R and monster just waiting to happen. You basically just need an excuse to be able to fulfill your warlike fantasy. It's like absolutely disgusting, the sexism coming from Michele Dauber against men. But hey, it only works one way, right? Yeah, it's only sexism when it's against women, never against men. No, and it's only men that are monsters, never the women.
One thing I really like about the Elizabeth Holmes trial is the parade of thirsty old white Republican men who are dumping millions on the attractive young blonde girl who lavished attention on them, even though there was zero chance this could ever work. Oh, she's nice, says worthless, shitty white man. Man, she really just wants to lump us all in one place, doesn't it? Here's one other little thread that was coming in. Let's see. Michele Dauber may have deleted her Twitter due to wrongful death. It's just filled in with abhorrent online career behavior is named as a causative of suicide. It should be. It absolutely should be. We can't find the filing yet, but Emily Doe is actually a childhood friend of Dauber's daughter. A long read on Dauber. So anyway, here's a thread. I'll put this in the comments. You can read more specifically about this and how it connects, and how the people are trying to connect this suicide. But I wouldn't be surprised, because given all the bullying, belittling, sexism that she's spewing towards men, she's absolutely a hypocrite. And so for her to go out there and try to say that she experiences this, so that's wrong, doesn't give you the right. Tenure should not give professors the right to be able to belittle, bully, and be sexist towards, especially their students. How is that allowed? How is this right? I don't know. It's not. There is an investigation now officially undergo, and I hope this actually causes something to happen, because she shouldn't be able to say whatever the hell she wants in this regard. I think this is really bad for the university, and there should be ways for this to be adjusted. And you're allowed to support Amber. As much as I know that pains you guys, people are allowed to support Amber. That's not what we're trying to go against here. We're trying to call the fact that this is the bully. They want to keep saying we're the bullies, that we're constantly talking about her. I'm not talking about her. This isn't about her, Amber. This is about Michele Dauber, who is a absolute disgusting, vile hypocrite and a sexist and a bully. And it's time that those types of people are called out. And we should all be united on that. I don't understand who can argue otherwise. I'd love to hear someone. If someone out there wants to come in, or Michelle yourself, you'd like to play the devil's advocate here, please, by all means, hit us up on social media. We will bring you in here. Steph, any other final words to add on this topic? Well, we're going to keep talking about this and so much more, but before I trim this unhinged lunatic thing we've pointed out, anything else you want to add?
Well, I did actually report on Michele Dauber being blamed for the students' unalivement last year, so I'm going to put it in the comments right now. If you want more information about it, I go into it in a little bit more detail. Click on that link after this video and after this stream, and get to know more about it, because, yeah, I really do think that the family actually do have a case. It's scary, but they really, really do. This Title IX directive needs an overhaul or abolishment. Like, it just needs, something needs to happen, because this is just, it's just not safe. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, which is protect students. From what I've read, it's doing the absolute opposite. It's actually harming student mental health and the population. So yeah, I'll put it in one more time for those that want a little bit more of an in-depth look into that particular lawsuit and that situation.
There it is. Make sure you subscribe to Steph the Alternate and Popcorn Planet. Hit that bell for all alerts. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. Help, as this algorithm is not helping any of us. Oh my gosh, Steph, even Captain Corey's losing subscribers. It's just YouTube. This isn't okay. I can handle it, but why is that happening? Go subscribe to Captain Corey as well as the crack in the box. That's the most important one. But thank you guys for the support. If you're watching live, we are not done. We're just getting started. And if you're watching live and you missed the full show, Steph and I are about to have a lot of fun. If you want to catch it and you missed it, hit that join button. You'll become a member. You'll be supporting us, and you'll be able to pick a tier. Pick your tier first, hit the join, and then you can support the channel fully, as well as watch our replays. Lots more coming for it, and it's just a way to support the channel for all you do. So thanks guys so much for watching.